All right, so let's go ahead and review the order manager. GrazeCart has a very robust order management system. And again, this is important because everyone's fulfillment and order workflow can be very unique. And once you understand what control you have over that workflow, it's pretty easy to tailor the back end of GrazeCart to fit your process. So if you're watching this through the GrazeCart Essentials training program, on the last video, we looked at the customer interface on the front end, so we placed a demo order. So let's go ahead. Now I'm here on the admin side. Let's see what that order looks like through here. So right away, you can see I'm just logged into my dashboard, and all of our recent orders pop up here down at the bottom, and here's that order that we just placed. So let's go ahead and let's go straight to the order manager. So I just go ahead and click on orders here and click on the new status from the drop down. By default, any order that's placed on your GrazeCart website will automatically be thrown into this new status. So it's kind of a holding pool until you need to, do something different with those orders. So you see I actually have a couple orders in here that I've placed so far. And right away, you have a little bit of details about the order, and you can kind of sort your list. If this list was really long and you need to sort it by any one of these columns, you would just click on the column, and this would toggle the sort order of my orders by the pickup date. You can sort them by the order total, so from your largest orders to your smallest orders. Of course, you can do alphabetical by the last name and the confirmation date. And that's just sorting the list of orders that we're currently viewing. To filter down this list in our order index, click here on the top left, filter orders. And there's there's quite a few details and criteria that we can use to break down our search list. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but you'll kind of get it from here. You can filter orders through a pickup date range. So if you needed to grab, certain orders that maybe are set to be delivered, that week or this weekend, you need to start filling them. You can filter by those. You can filter by given pickup locations or delivery methods that you have in your system. You can even filter by things like the SKU. So if you want to look for orders that have a particular item, you can search by the product name or SKU number, and it will bring up any orders that contain that item. Moving on down here, you can filter by the payment date, payment method, vendor, sales channel, all sorts of stuff. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. And if you check any one of these orders by clicking the checkbox, or you can select all if you have a large list by just clicking this top checkbox here, you'll get a couple other buttons or options that will appear right above the first column. And these are basically changes or specific actions you can make with this group of orders. So right away here on the top left, I can update the status that these orders are being held in. And again, an order status is just really a holding pool for a group of orders. So if you want to, search for a group of orders, maybe a particular pickup location with a pickup date, and move them to a separate status so they don't get confused with any other orders, you can update the status from here. So really, these order statuses are very subjective for how you can use them, and you can use them to fit whatever fulfillment workflow that works for you and fits your system. So for us, they're basically just holding pools for where the order is through the fulfillment process. So obviously picked up would stand for an order that has been picked up. We'll leave it in that status until we export the information into our QuickBooks system, and then they'll just get archived into the completed status. So again, these are subjective, but it really helps to group orders in particular points of time that they're at in the fulfillment process. Going to mark as, these are basically tags that you can use and mark your orders if you needed a particular identifier. So like if there was something unique on an order, you might want to flag it, and that just helps it stand out that maybe there's something odd going on with this order. Maybe this person had specific instructions and you want to take extra care with it. Exported is just a way that you can, it's kind of a way that some people will use this as a tag to mark orders that they have exported out of GrazeCart and maybe into another accounting system. So that's another helpful tag. And then the paid tag obviously is just a payment status tag. So these don't necessarily have any function besides marking a tag, an arbitrary tag on the order. With my same selection, I can move on here to print, and it gives me a drop down of different print templates that we have set up in GrazeCart. So these would be labels that you could print that maybe would go on your boxes. They contain different type of information. You can print a packing list and an invoice. So again, you can just click on any one of these to see how the template or the format looks. Go ahead and click notify, and this is a way that you could contact any particular group of customers that you have selected. So here automatically you can send them a custom message. So here's your email subject and the body of the message that you would send. You can also select any of the templates that you have created beforehand in your system. So these are just a bunch of default templates that you should have. Again, the email templates video is definitely a video you'll want to watch before moving forward with that. Last option you have here is to export the orders. Basically what this does is it exports your orders in a CSV file, and this can be very helpful when if you're trying to import your orders into QuickBooks. We have a separate guide on that as well. Basically we recommend using a tool called Excel Transactions to help import your transactions into QuickBooks using either sales receipts or invoices. The last thing I want to mention while we're here is this search bar here right at the top, and this is just a way that you can quickly search any group of orders that are currently in your index by searching for the order number, customer name, email, or contact information. And with that, that's pretty much it. This little icon, if you're wondering, right here by the order number, the star, that represents a first time order. So if this is a customer who's placed their first order, they will be tagged with this star icon, and they will also be a indicator on the packing list. When you print it, it'll say new customer. That way, if there's anything in your workflow or process to take special care of first time orders, it's very easy to identify those. Similar to that icon, multiple icons could appear here. So if I marked use any of these flags, and tags, and marked an order as flagged, you would see that icon appear here now. Same thing with the payment status and export. But other than that, this is the order manager. So again, some of the stuff like the order statuses is very subjective, so you'll want to use those in the way that they fit your order.